I'm not gonna lie, I put off investing in one of these for a really long time. And honestly, I should have invested sooner. But I'm glad that this was my first one because wow, this thing is incredible. Let me show you Elgato Prompter.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Got 5 on it.
What's going on, everyone? My name is Ivy Paula, and I had the pleasure of getting an early version of the Elgato Prompter. For anyone who doesn't know what prompter or what a teleprompter is, this is a device that allows you to put a script on a device and display it on a piece of glass in front of your camera so you're consistently making eye contact while reading text. But Prompter brings this to an entirely new level. You can display anything you want, videos, Twitch chat, camera previews, and you can even show your script over any of those. I'm gonna be showing you how to do all of this, but first, let's unbox it. Disclaimer, I was sent this for free. No, I did not get any money for this. No, they are not seeing the review before this, and any of the opinion in this video is my own. Also, there will be chapter markers below, so feel free to skip ahead if you'd like. All right, let's go ahead and unbox this bad boy. Oh, actually, this is a really cool detail. I did not see this on my early version because this was not there, so kind of a neat little attention to detail. Okay, so first let's go and check out the accessories that come with it. All right, so these are the step-up rings. You also get a universal backplate, which is a shroud, and then you also get the DSLR mirrorless backplate, and you also get the USB cable that comes with this, which is a USB Type-C right angle cable. All right, so you get the step-up rings, which these are gonna be used for any DSLR camera. You attach these to the front of your lens. They're pretty easy. All you have to do is just screw these on, and then once you actually fashion these to the front of your lens, then all you have to do is just place Prompter on front of it, and that's it. Technically, you don't need anything else. However, I personally went to use a friction mount, which basically allows it to kind of prop up the actual Prompter so not all the weight is on the camera or the lens. Link in the description down below. And then we got the back plates. So this is gonna be the one for the Facecam Pro. So if you guys have that, which let me go and grab it because I do. When you install this onto Prompter, you can actually just seat this right in there and it fits perfectly. And then this is the shroud, which will be used with any other device. Or if you want to be like Harris Heller, you can shove your entire lens inside of there with this one. And then this basically just drapes over the back of the unit, so that way you're not actually getting any light that's coming into it, otherwise it might cause a glare on the actual Prompter on the inside. And then of course, the braided USB Type-C cable, and this is a right angle cable, which is pretty awesome. Time for the actual unit. All right, so this is the bracket. Basically what you would do is you would actually mount the camera onto this top part right here. So it's got the grooves right there. You'd mount it onto this, and that way you can mount it either front or backwards. And then this bottom part right here actually mounts onto the Prompter. And then finally, all right, and this is what the Prompter looks like. So you have the backplate system back here. So all you have to do is remove these two screws. This comes off. And then you can go ahead and mount it to the bottom right here. So if you're using a webcam, you basically would just want to mount it right here. If you're using a DSLR camera, then you can go ahead and, like I said, this just slides onto the front of the lens, and that's it. So first things first, you need to know what device you're going to be using with this. There are multiple backplates for this. If you have a mirrorless or DSLR camera, or even Facecam Pro, they have specific backplates that are made for those. And if you have any other webcam or want to be like Harris Heller and shove your entire lens inside of the Prompter to get as much focal length as you possibly can, then you can use the shroud for the backplate. All right, so attaching the backplates is actually super easy. All you have to do is unscrew these two screws right here, remove the backplate, and then we can go ahead and attach the backplate we want to use. So I'll put the shroud on. And there you go. Now we have the shroud backplate on here, so we can put whatever we want, and we can have all the light on the backside blocked out. Now keep in mind, if you do use the actual DSLR or mirrorless backplate, you will need to know what lens you have and also the filter that it will take. Easy ways to find this out is going to be that if you actually look on the lens, there is going to be a number next to a circle with a line through it. That should tell you what the actual size is needed. Or you can go to the manufacturer's website and they should be able to tell you what the actual size will be needed for the front of the lens. So for instance, the lens I'm using is a Sony 16-35 G Master, and this is a 82 size for the filter size. So all I have to do is just screw on the included filter, and then I can just place the Elgato Prompter right on it. Once we have the camera set up that we're gonna be using with Prompter, go ahead and plug in the Prompter with the USB Type-C cable that comes with it, plug it into your Mac and or your PC, and make sure you have the Camera Hub software installed, and it should pop right inside of that. Now let's go ahead and dive in and see how this actually works. All right, so once you have Elgato's Camera Hub software installed, open it up, and here you will see Prompter. So once we actually have Camera Hub software downloaded and installed, we'll actually see the option for Prompter right here at the top. Now, once we click into that, we have a few different options. So we have display, text, and or chat. So with this, now clicking display, this is being used as a display. So if I want to go ahead and watch a video or a Twitch stream, or even just use it as a secondary monitor to have something else up on there, then I can go ahead and do that, which makes this really awesome because I don't know of any other prompter that can be used as an additional monitor. So to me, that's a massive, massive W from Elgato on that one. Love that feature. Now moving on, we can go over here to text. So with text, this is gonna be where it's actually gonna be like the actual script. So this is gonna be your script in here. They have different chapter sections here. As you can see, I actually broke this up so that way whenever I'm using my Stream Deck, which yes, this has Stream Deck integration with it. So if I really want to, I can go ahead and hit play. And now it is playing my actual script and it's moving. If I want to, I can hit this back button and it's gonna go back a chapter. So I can go ahead to the intro, I can skip ahead to the unboxing, the setup, the demo, and I can pause it. I could even switch it from either being a display or actually showing the text itself, all with the press of a button, which makes this super, super useful. Honestly, this was a lifesaver when I was recording the first video I did for the actual Elgato Prompter. All right, and then one more thing I forgot to tell you is that I wanna show you guys how to actually make a script and how easy it is to go ahead and edit that script as well. So once we actually go ahead and click over to text, this is gonna be where your scripts are. And if you see here on the side, there's actually a bunch of different chapters, so you can break up your script into sections. So for instance, we have intro right here. We also have unboxing. We also have setup, demo, etc. And it's super awesome because not only is it super easy just to go ahead and copy and paste. So let's go ahead and just copy intro. All right, and then we'll go ahead and we'll paste it into a new section. And we'll hit that. Now, if I really want to, I can go ahead and just make edits on the fly. And while these edits are happening, they're actually happening on the prompter right away. So let's say if there's something that I don't think I'm saying properly, also there will be a chapter markers below. Let's just say I want to say, watch the whole thing. And then all of a sudden, bam, it updates instantly right off the bat, which is amazing. So that's how easy it is to go ahead and either input your actual script or to go ahead and edit your script on the fly, even if you're, trying to say something and it doesn't sound right, or if you want to just go ahead and make your script inside of Prompter and Camera Hub software, you can go ahead and do that. It's that simple. So another great thing about this is that you can actually go ahead and adjust the actual font. So if you want, you can go ahead and change the font. So if you want Arial Black, now it's a different font. I can go back to Arial. I can go ahead and change it to where it's a size 66. I can change the font size back down to 35, which I feel like is the sweet spot for me. And then you can even have the margins different. Now with the margins, the reason why this is important is because if the margins are too wide, people might see your eyes tracking from left to right to left to right. And you don't want that. You don't want them to be able to tell you're using a prompter. So with this, you want to go ahead and adjust that margin to where it's going to be smaller. So then that way your eyes aren't tracking so much back and forth. So in case you're using this and you feel like your eyes are being noticed, that you're going back and forth, then go ahead and make those margins smaller, or you can go ahead and adjust them to make them a little bit wider if you don't feel like you notice that at all. All right, and then once you click on color, you're gonna have this pop up right here. So you can change the color of the text. So if you want, we can have blue text and click OK. Now we have blue text. Why you want blue text, I have no idea, but you can do that. And then we're just gonna go back to white text. You can even do that for the background here. So if you want, you can have a red background, and now the background's completely red. Again, I don't know why you would do that. We're gonna go to black. All right, so opacity, this is gonna be how see-through the actual text is or not. So obviously you can see from this camera that I have my monitor being displayed on there, or actually I have my OBS preview displayed on there, which this is what's showing right now since we're capturing this. And I can go ahead and decrease that opacity to make it to where the background is more visible, or I can completely cut that background out and I can make it to where the opacity is much higher. Keep in mind, I did have a problem with whenever I was recording this, that if the brightness is too high, you might catch it on your camera. So just be sure to kind of dim that down a little bit so it's not glaring too much. I think I put mine around 30% or 40%, and I found like that was a pretty good sweet spot for me to be able to see the actual words and be able to make sure that there was nothing shown on my camera. And then you can also adjust the scroll speed, which this is literally just gonna adjust how fast this is moving. So if I hit play and I increase this, you're gonna see the script is moving very fast. I can go ahead and decrease this a lot more, and then it's gonna move a lot slower. Again, you're gonna wanna go ahead and play with these settings and figure out what works best for you and what your personal preference is. And then we can go over here to Twitch chat or chat, and this is gonna be just for your chat. So currently right now, this is the second time I had to record this video because the A-roll didn't record, womp womp. But let's go ahead and find someone that is actually streaming right now. We can go ahead and take a look at their chat. Perfect, Big Cheese is streaming. All right, so let's say if we wanna monitor, let's say we're gonna add Big Cheese's chat right here. So we'll go right here, and then we're gonna type in Big Cheese. Hit okay. You can even label it too, so you can say Big Cheese's chat or wherever you want. And now it's connected to Big Cheese's chat. And we're gonna go in there and say hello to him. Let's just give him a good old ooh-woo. And there you go. Now you can see it on Prompter and see that it's right there. And now you can see another person chatting. What's really cool about this is that it makes it super easy to add these. And I think this is really neat because let's say if you're modding for someone else, like let's say if you stream as well as you mod for someone else, you can just pick up their chat right there. Or let's say if you're collaborating with someone, you can go ahead and have their chat right there, or a bunch of different things. So I think it's kind of cool that you can just add whatever chat you want, and then you can see the text popping up on the screen. And again, keep in mind, whatever you do make these font sizes and changes, they do stick with everything. So it's not just for the text, it also does go for the chats as well. So in case you want your chat to be larger, smaller, doesn't matter, this will still stick with whatever you're doing. All right, and then again, the really cool thing about this is that if I want to, I can go ahead into Video Monitor, change my opacity, and there we go. And now you can see that I actually have my display or my OBS being casted on this, and I can see my actual script. I can see it's moving. So that way I know that I'm actually in frame and I'm still able to read my script. So it's really awesome to be able to do this, and the fact that it connects to the computer. And that is literally how easy it is to use it and set it up. So I can honestly say if you stream, create scripted videos, love karaoke online, and more, this is well worth the investment. The time save alone from reading scripts is priceless. And then having an additional monitor for literally whatever you want to use, huge W from Elgato in my opinion. And unlike other prompters, you can actually use this as an additional monitor for whatever program you want or whatever video you want. And that is Elgato Prompter. If you have more questions, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll do my absolute best to answer every single one of those. Also, let me know, how would you be using Prompter if you have one, or how will you be using it once you get one in the future? Don't forget to like the video, it really helps me out a ton, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel in case you want more how-tos, tutorials, and unboxings to help you out with content creation. Once again, my name is IMB Paula, and until next time, I'll see you in the next one. Until next time, I'll see you in the next one. In the next one.